guaranteed. Even if you didn't get water in your house in any other storm, there's a pretty good chance that water could have got in, especially on the bay side. Oceanfront, there's a lot of damage. If your house was severely damaged, they should have told you that when you registered, if you're at a house right on the oceanfront. We're going to go over there. There's going to be a checkpoint we have to go through. The township wants me to tell you that you're entering at your own risk only because there's some issues over there with the road infrastructure and whatnot. When you get over there, you'll see, obviously. We're going to go through the checkpoint at 37 in Fisher, and we're going to go through a checkpoint again once we get on Normandy Beach. They're running traffic north and south on the southbound, which is one of the issues. The DOT is the one that's controlling the roadways. It's at the governor level. Once they allow us to open the road, then more access as far as unfettered for you guys. They're not going to have too many regulations. They say they might open the north end sometime this week to vehicular traffic, but that's up to interpretation of the DOT. Things change. The south end, Ortley, is much worse than the north end as far as total infrastructure. And that's kind of the problem because, as you know, there's only one way to get to the north end from 37 and it's through the south end. The other end might be better, so I don't know what they're going to want you to do when they do give you that unfettered access, if they're going to want you to go man-loking or not. They haven't decided that yet. There's meetings virtually like every other hour on what they're doing and who's doing it at the DOT, the state police. When we get over there, you'll see different agencies over there. Today, doing our perimeter security is the Massachusetts State Police. Yesterday, it was the Pennsylvania State Police, some guys from Pittsburgh we were hanging out with for a few days. Also, when you get over there, we're going to drop you off at the ends of almost any street you want to get dropped off on, north or southbound. Doesn't really matter. Buses are going to make continuous loops. They're going to be kind of loose with the timeline today because of the way they're doing the busing. It used to be you had to get on the bus that you came on. So if you came on 105, which we are, you had to come back on 105. That's not the rules anymore. You pull up, there's a bus there, you get on the bus. That's all it is. And they'll bring you back here, you turn in your card, you get your ID back, and you're free to go, obviously. When you cross over, when you're up there and you're crossing back and forth on the streets, just keep in mind that there's two-way traffic on both the north and the southbound. And there's also some very heavy equipment over there that you would not be used to seeing on the beach, such as like large Terex type of loaders and trucks that would be normally used in mining. So you see these big giant graders and whatnot going down the street, and they might be going north into southbound or south into northbound. So you got to kind of, when you cross the street, you got to pretend it's a real street and not a one-way. If anybody has any questions, I'll try to answer them for you. Yes, sir.